Welcome to Kansas, the sunflower state. Here we are.
To our left. They got over the gate.
Look at this, Mount Sunflower. There's actually like a road
You gotta get out of the way.
that leads up to it. We have a cow
Oh no.
just chilling out in the road. Look at this, there's a cow pasture here, kind of like the Nebraska one. Hey guys,
watch out.
can you move? Thank you.
Thank
Watch
you.
out, little calf. Hey guys, just trying to get to the high point. Don't mind us. Cows are trying to get all comfortable in the road. You guys been to the high point of Kansas? That's where we're going. Look at all these cows. Hey cows. This reminds me a lot of the Nebraska high point.
Hello.
That's cool. All right, well, the cows have cleared out of the way.
They've given us passage.
They've given us passage. It's kind of like that Monty Python sketch. Questions of 3. That was crazy. That fly just went by me. What's going on, everyone? My name is Eric, and you're watching the Get Me Out of Here vlog. Today, I'm in the great state of Kansas, the sunflower state. Knocking out another state high point. Behind me is Mount Sunflower, standing 4,039 feet. Did you just fart? Did you just fart in my video?
No. It's a ground.
I can't take my brother anywhere.
Rock.
There's like lots of cow pies around here too, so I think he's thinking about adding another one here shortly. I told you to go at the gas station.
I don't know.
Anyway, it's a goal of mine to do the high points of all 50 states someday. I know that's a bit of a stretch because I've got a lot of mountaineering and practice that goes along with it, tackling peaks like Denali in Alaska or Mount Whitney in California. But I'm going to start small. So today, we're knocking out Kansas, 4,039 feet above sea level, out here in the remote prairies, the high prairies to be exact, of the United States. So anyway, excited to knock this out today. My brother and I are actually on a 3-day road trip over Labor Day weekend. We're going to be knocking out 3 state high points over 3 days. Today, we're doing Kansas and then driving to Oklahoma, where we'll be hitting Black Mesa tomorrow, the high point of Oklahoma, followed by Wheeler's Peak 2 days from now, the highest mountain peak in the state of New Mexico. We just knocked out Humphreys Peak in Arizona 2 weeks ago, so this is going to be 5, if I'm doing my math right, 4 high points in 3 weeks that I'll be knocking out, which I'm excited to do. I think, boy, where I'm at maybe like 8 after this week is all said and done, 8 high points. So I've got a long ways to go, 50 states. But anyway, wanted to share this one with you. This is Mount Sunflower here in the state of Kansas, the sunflower state. Nice pose, Connor, right there, Mount Sunflower. We did it. It's a lot easier than Humphreys Peak, even though the elevation is wrong on the sheet.
5 feet.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 4,039 feet, but good enough. So the nice thing is Mount Sunflower is not much of a hike. You just drive up this dirt road through a cow pasture, can park really anywhere. Just have to watch out for cow pies that are littering the dirt pathway. But here it is. Look at this. They've got like a little garden set up for Mount Sunflower out here in the prairies of western Kansas. Gotta love that. Of course, they've got sunflowers on display. You have to have that, I guess, if it's called Mount Sunflower. So plenty of sunflowers here in the sunflower state. So yeah, I like it. So far, it reminds me a lot of the Nebraska high point. My brother and I did that 2 years ago. A lot of vast, open rangeland, cows roaming around. So a lot, very similar to the Nebraska one. But I do like the garden. Nebraska just had like a desk set up. This actually has a kind of a small garden that you can pose with. So I like it. Mount Sunflower, nice and easy. It's just driving here. That's the hard part. of course, there is a registrar here that you can sign at the high point of Kansas. And there's a mailbox. It reminds me a lot of the Indiana Hoosier Point. Also had a mailbox, but what in the world do we have in here? Lots of stickers. People that have been here. Look at that. You have an entire coffee mug of pens that you can choose from to sign the notebook. A little Jigglypuff Pokemon in Des Moines. Oh yeah, rep Des Moines, Iowa. My brother and I are both originally from Iowa, so good to see. Capital of Iowa, Des Moines. But anyway, without further ado, I think we should sign the notebook and prove that we were here. Prove that we summited Mount Sunflower.
Leave a beer for the owners.
Oh, you know what? We didn't bring a beer. I just realized that. Yeah. We have to make that up today. All right, well, we will have a Kansas beer before the end of this day, and I will film that because we forgot to do that in Nebraska. I don't want to make that same mistake twice. This has got to be the least windy day I've ever experienced in the High Plains.
Yeah, it might be.
It's official. Signed, the registrar. We have summited the high point of Kansas, Mount Sunflower. Putting the notebook away. Look at this. There's a thing here on the, whoa.
First, what?
If I can get this to straighten out, the wind is picking up.
Put it back in there.
Found this thing here, the first wedding on Mount Sunflower, January 1st, 2001. Mike, Benji, and Julie Crowell, however you pronounce that, were married by Tom Birch at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There was snow on the ground, it was foggy and breezy, and the temp was between 15 and 20 degrees. Forget that. If I ever get married, I will never, ever be outside when it's 15 or 20 degrees out. And I think people leave, like, I guess, photos here as well that they take upon their visits. It's kind of cool. I like that. Little Polaroids. All right. Mission accomplished. Let's walk around the garden. Again, watch out. There's a lot of cow pies all over the high point of Kansas. But this is kind of cool. Look at that. They've got like some signage for different cities and destinations around the world. Stockholm, Sweden is 4,838 miles from the high point of Kansas, just in case you were thinking of visiting Stockholm. The cows coming over? Is there a stampede? Oh yeah, they're all curious. Look at it. The cows are like fascinated with all the tourists here looking at the high point of Kansas. You also have nearby high points. You've got... Oh, these aren't... Yeah, you're right. These aren't.
The significance.
That is kind of weird. Big Fork, Montana. That's not the high point of Montana, but there, if you want to go...
It's like random.
1,153 miles away. Kit Carson, we just are about to go there. 54 miles to Kit Carson. Now, the significance for me personally is my grandfather on my dad's side was born in Kit Carson. So we're going to pay that a visit shortly after leaving here. And then, of course, North Dakota, Holcomb. So it's very random, some random locations. None of these are state high points, but if you want to go, you know how far they are.
The size of that grasshopper.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, that's a huge grasshopper. Look at that. Oh. That thing is fat. Oh my God. The cows are getting angry.
It's like what I slept in.
These cows are,
a month ago.
I don't know if they're angry. It'd be hilarious if we were attacked by cows at the Kansas high point.
It's the most dangerous high point.
This is pretty cool too. There's like this hanging rock decoration. Edward and Elizabeth 14, Harold homesteaded in Wallace County, 1906, in loving memory, your children, Arthur, Ralph, Clarence, Irene, so forth. I have no idea what's going on with these cows. The cows are back with a vengeance. I think they're mad that we made them get out of the road driving up here. But anyway, yeah, just again, walking around this beautiful garden here at the Kansas High Point. Hopefully these cows don't begin to stampede at us. Not really sure what's going on here, but I think these cows are having a moo off at each other. Yeah, it's just amazing how much open ranch land is here. There is literally nothing around here. This is middle of nowhere, western Kansas.
Don't show them Colorado. It's a little higher over there.
Yeah, don't pay attention. The higher ground you see here is a different state. That's Colorado. We literally just crossed the border here at the western edge of Kansas. So if you are questioning whether this is really the high point, this is the high point of Kansas. These hills over here are a different state. That's Colorado you're looking at. And if you've never been to Colorado, yes, they're known for the Rocky Mountains, but the eastern half of the state looks like this. The Rockies don't start till the center part of the state. What is going on over here? All right, cows, we come in peace.
We said goodbye.
Goodbye, cows. Like they're running away now. I think we stood our ground. We scared them off. There's another cow here sneaking up behind us. Clever girl. Next to the high point, there's also a free library. Look at this. There we go. Let's open the gate. Look at that. A little library out here in the prairies of Kansas, built by Bruce Bolin and his industrial arts class. Weskan School donated the materials. So if you want to read a book out here at the high point of Kansas, do you think they have the Wizard of Oz? Come on, you have to have the Wizard of Oz. It's Kansas. No Wizard of Oz. So if anybody watching this is planning to visit the high point of Kansas, bring the Wizard of Oz. L. Frank Baum's Wizard of Oz, either the first one or they've got like 15 sequels, believe it or not. But yeah, we need the Wizard of Oz here at the library. But if you want to read a book, they got that here, a little library at Mount Sunflower. Well, that is pretty much it. Mount Sunflower. And I just noticed too, that's pretty cool. The metal sunflower there has like a bicycle chain as the center of the flower. Of course, here's the real sunflowers dancing in the wind. And I will say, I've done a lot of videos and vlogs of the high plains, the prairie states, the regions in the United States, and not a lot of other people come to. In every other video I've filmed, whether it's Nebraska, eastern Colorado, or now western Kansas, is almost extremely windy conditions. Today is the nicest day as far as wind that I've ever experienced on the high plains. So a beautiful day today in western Kansas. Mount Sunflower, highest point in the state of Kansas. Finally made it. I'm excited to knock off another high point here in the United States. They call people that hit the high points high point baggers. So I've bagged another high point here in the Sunflower State, the state of Kansas. Here we are. Pretty simple. It's a basic one. I feel accomplished today. Feel accomplished. See you later, cows.
This cattle guard didn't do anything.
Enjoy the high point of Kansas. See, yeah, this cow. Yeah, you're right. The cattle gate did absolutely nothing. There's cows. Oh, that's like a bowl right there. There's cows emerging from the corn. Field of dreams. And gotta love that they've got sunflowers on the left and corn on the right. Doesn't get more Kansas than that. There's no scarecrow though. Wanted to point out these signs right here have sunflowers on them. Look at that.
Big cattle ranch too.
Kansas sunflowers. Yeah, there's a huge cattle ranch right here as well, here in western Kansas. God. Oh, did you just hit some birds?
Yep.
Oh, I felt that. I heard the thud.
Yeah.
You hit like a flock of birds.
Yeah, well, they just flew in front.
I was going to talk about that unique roadside, and you just hit a flock of birds. Here in Kit Carson, Colorado, stands before me the Kit Carson Observation Tower. This was a lighthouse that was welded in the 1950s by a man that lived in a neighboring town called Arroyo, which is now an abandoned ghost town. So this lighthouse has since been moved to Kit Carson, Colorado, where it stands as an observation tower in this scrap metal yard. So you can go inside this observation tower. It used to be a lighthouse, but now it is known as the Kit Carson Observation Tower. And it's just located here along the main highway in Kit Carson, Colorado, in this scrap metal yard behind me. This is cool. Look at this. You can look up. Pretty amazing. So my brother and I wanted to visit Kit Carson because this is where my grandfather was born on my dad's side back in 1922. Merlin Rowley, my dad's dad, so my grandfather was born here in Kit Carson, Colorado, moved to Cedar Rapids, Iowa when he was like 2, so he didn't spend a lot of time here, but he was born here. And he passed away before I was born, so I never met him. But this is where Merlin Rowley was born. Yes, I have a grandpa named Merlin, and it's awesome. Look at this. I don't think I've ever been to like a roadside attraction where you can just
do stuff.
yeah, you can interact with old tools without supervision.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
What are you making here, Connor? What is your craftsmanship?
Good question. Just making holes.
Just drilling holes. This is all they did all day long back in the Wild West. They just drill holes all day for horses.
There's a track aligner over there though too.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, that's really wild.
You set that up on the railroad and tighten it, I suppose. Straighten it out. No, not that thing.
That's amazing. Very cool. So yeah, kind of a cool little roadside attraction here in Kit Carson, Colorado. Hey buddy, hello, hello. The guard dog here at the Kit Carson History Museum. You can see the cattle brands all along the wall. And this was an old train depot. A picture of the portrait of George Washington, and just a lot of amazing history here of eastern Colorado and Kit Carson. Just taking a quick glimpse, but totally worth a stop if you're driving through eastern Colorado and need to stretch the legs, get out and learn a little more of this area. Highly recommend checking out the History Museum across the street from the observation tower. Hey Jake, hello. Hey Jake, hey Jake. Good dog, good Jake.
Jake, sit. Come on.
Jake, sit.
Sit.
Sit, Jake. Oh, there we go.
Oh, come on. Sit. Sit.
Oh, there he goes. He's got scratches here. Look, we have a mouse here at the museum. Look at that. It's a mouse, little mouse. Hello. Hey, mouse. Grab his tail. He's not afraid of anybody. Look at that. Hello, mouse. Hello. Just hanging out inside this another residence here in the train depot museum. Look at that. Oh, I love places like this. Just small town museums full of treasures, all old antiques, a lot of historical information, creepy mannequins. She's got some hip glasses on, though. I like her style. Hello. Very long neck on that woman. Look at the old bed with some creepy dolls. And just a lot to take in here. Kit Carson, a kind of a hidden treasure here on the eastern high plains of Colorado. This is amazing. This is downtown Kit Carson, Main Street, looking north, circa 1923. My grandpa was born in 1922, so this is what the town would have looked like at the time he was born and living here. That is amazing. These old cars. That's something else. Of course, my grandpa went on to serve as a fighter pilot in the Pacific Theater of World War II and lived into his 50s, had a heart attack in the 1970s and passed away about 10 years before I was born. So never met him, but love coming out here and just kind of digging deeper into my own family history. Of course, where there's a train, I've got to hop on board. Oh, playing the caboose. Oh yeah, this is awesome. Oh hey,
Hey,
just chilling out in the train.
just waiting for the train to go.
I think I
Yeah.
don't
Goes
think
to
there's.
Mount Sunflower, I think.
I don't think there's an engine here, Connor.
Oh, there's
I-
pictures of it at the other place.
I hate to break it to you, but I don't think this train is.
We're working
I
on
don't
it.
think it's moving anywhere.
I thought they were fixing the engine.
I thought that said frag staffs.
Here's the latrine.
Flag staffs. You gonna use the toilet? Oh look,
Nothing.
nothing there.
Used to be there.
I used to see the piping. I wonder what year this is.
Train man.
I'm not sure what year this caboose was in use. Yeah, it rhymes. But I love that you can just walk in here and climb aboard an old train caboose. Look at this. It is way hotter up here, but yeah, this is cool. So people, I guess, slept up here?
I don't know. I guess sit up here over the ocean.
I don't know either, but anyway. We have a lot more to see today as we cross back into the great state of Kansas and onward to Oklahoma. I gotta put this down or I'm gonna fall. That looks like a dust devil. Look at that thing. I think that was a dust devil.
That was a big one.
Because it's kind of just
Seems like
disappearing.
it's dying now.
Yeah, it's like
I think
disappearing.
it was, yeah.
It's gone now. It was in this field. You can kind of see the dust remnants, but
Just a little bit
yeah,
floating.
not much left. That was totally a dust devil. It was the biggest dust devil I've seen outside of the state of Arizona. So we are in Garden City, Kansas, eating at this restaurant here. I got a ribeye steak. I've seen a lot of cows today. I figured why not. And the restaurant is named Flat Mountain Brew House. But the catch is they don't brew their own beer anymore, and they don't have any Kansas beers. So we're gonna have to find another brewery here in town to get that Kansas beer to make up to you guys, like I said earlier. So a lot of commercialized music, enjoying the steak, and we'll see you in a bit. Well, like I said, everyone, I promised you a Kansas beer. This is a brewery in Garden City, Kansas. Look at this mural behind me. Got the buffalo. Guy's got the big beer mug, the windmill, the keg behind me. So Kansas. But Hidden Brewery, or Hidden Trail, I should say. This is a fantastic brewery. And because I didn't have time to pick up a Kansas beer for the high point today, I'm going to cheers everyone here now. This is an amazing brewery, so cheers. Oh yeah. Have a Mexican lager. Highly recommend if anybody is in this neck of the woods, or this neck of the prairie, I should say, here in western Kansas, come to Garden City, try out this Hidden Trail Brewery, and try making the high point yourself. Mount Sunflower, an amazing, totally worth doing if you're trying to cross off high points on your list. So anyway, my brother and I were going to finish this beer, and we have to drive all the way to the panhandle of Oklahoma. We've got 2 more high points that we're planning to do this weekend, over Labor Day weekend. We've got Oklahoma, Black Mesa tomorrow, and we're going to be heading to New Mexico after that to do Wheeler's Peak. So 2 epic high points along the way. Each one's going to be a little bit more difficult than the other. Can't wait to do it. Ready to road trip. Good to be back on the road here in the prairie states of the United States, the High Plains. So thanks for watching, everyone. My name is Eric, and this is the Get Me Out of Here vlog. It's time for me to get out of here. Salute. It's fantastic. We'll see you on the trails. Feels good. Feels good to get this one in the bag. Knock this one out.